Hello and welcome. My name's Metamonen and welcome to round 6 of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series. This is the finale and we are going to crown ourselves a champion and a team's champion tonight. So there's the details on screen, what's coming up for tonight's broadcast, Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz series. Qualifying live from 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Go over to the next slide where we got our round 6 event details, not round 5. Round 6 is the finale tonight. So we'll be racing at Zhuhai International. So hopefully we don't contract COVID-19 on our visit to China here. But for the drivers, they're keeping up with their social distancing measures there, as you can see on track. So for what we've got set up tonight, qualifying 1, a 10-minute qualifying session, which will set the grid for race 1, which will be a 6-lap sprint race to the end. And same deal with qualifying 2, 10-minute qualifying session with race 2, 6-lap race as well, sprint race to the end. Then race 3, very different kettle of fish, 12-lap sprint race to the end. The only difference there, reverse grid combined race 1, race 2 results. So it's going to put our fastest guys throughout this round to the back of the grid in race 3, and no doubt that really puts everything open in terms of like getting a repeat winner and stuff. And here's the track we are contending at tonight, Zhuhai International, located in the hot zone of coronavirus. We find ourselves at Zhuhai for Zhuhai International Circuit. Distance 4.319 kilometers. Corners, 14 corners, a very fast flowing circuit here. So a lot of variation in corners, a lot of low speed, a lot of high speed. And yeah, it's going to be a very big challenge tonight for some of these drivers, especially for the guys that are trying to help get their team's championship up and about here. Here's your current drivers' standings here. Yullbedead with a 75-point lead over Blue XR8, his closest contender. Those two are the only realistic drivers in mathematical contention there. But all Yullbedead has to do is score 10 points this round, and he will be a three-time Go2Whoa Wednesday night champion. And it's very hard to look past him here. It's very hard to see it's very hard to not see him not get the 10 points in the first race. So no doubt he should have that secured after race 1. We've got P3 Hammer, a very good performance last week. He moved up 5 positions in the driver's standings there, as you can see on screen. He sees himself on 230. 1 point behind him is Titan. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders tonight in regards to helping his team get out with the team's championship. We've got Ty Morgo, P5, Morningstar Mike, P6, Summon Awesome, P7, biggest loser last week in the standings. He lost 3 positions. Then we got Eaglewind in P8, Black Wildcats in P9. Then Angry Old Fella rounding out the top 10. We go further down, we got Cheese Noodles, EXO, Kakadu, Stubbies, Nachos, who's currently back tonight for Backmarker Racing. Those guys there fighting for a team's championship. GDR in P16, Rojo, P17, Aussie, Fluffy Window, Psycho, and Sparky God rounding out the rest of the positions in the drivers' standings there. We've had 21 drivers contend this championship, and we're looking to expand to 2 divisions next season for the Wednesday Night League, and it's very good to see. And here is our team's championship is shaping up. It will be Big Brass Bulls Racing, who holds on to a narrow lead of 2 points above their closest rivals in Backmarker Racing. Backmarker Racing with championship leader on their side. No doubt they're going to get a big haul of points from him. Big weight on Nacho's shoulders as well on his return round here in round 6. Then in P3, Titan Snake Oil Racing. They lost 2 positions in the team's championship last week. They came with the lead last week. And look, they had a very poor performance last week. And now they currently see themselves 13 points down from the team's championship lead. We've got a very good battle heating up for P4, P5 there between Hammer and Tongs and Angry Mongos. Those 2 teams separated by 3 points. That's going to be a very heated scuffle there too. And we got Back in Black Racing in P6. Those guys 34 points down from Angry Mongos in P5. So still a realistic chance to get into the top 5 there if they get a big haul of points tonight. Then P7, P8, we got Cat Attack Racing and Osbury Racing in P8. So we just currently concluded the practice session here at Zhuhai. So I'll just get that stuff off of the screen now. So your pace setter in the practice session goes to Eaglewin with a 1:42.8. Top two separated by 3/100ths of a second. That is unbelievable between the top two. And those top two drivers currently contending for the team's championship here. We'll quickly go through those driver pairings to see who you're going to look out for tonight. So for Big Brass Brawls Racing, we've got Someone Awesome and Blue XR8 partnering up there. Those guys leading the team's championship. Back Marker Racing with Nachos and yullbedead, the championship leader. So very big expectations for those guys tonight. Then Titan Snake Oil Racing Eaglewind, who currently set the pace in practice, and Titan Eagles up in the mix as well. So those guys could be an outside chance here in the last round, assuming they get a big haul of points and get the better of their contenders here. So currently we're on board with Morningstar Mike for Back in Black Racing. These guys looking for a big result tonight to maximise their team's championship here, to look to chip into the top 5. Wait and see if they can do that with a decent result in round 1. So everyone's on their respective outlaps here. So we just ticked 1 minute through this qualifying session at Zhuhai. So we should be up to speed fairly soon here. You see a whole bunch of qualifying times being attacked here. Still got 2 drivers in pit lane in Hammer and Blue XR8. And Hammer, after his performance last week, he'll be really confident heading into the final round. Currently in the top 3 in the championship. And second place isn't too far away from him. So realistically, he could knock off Blue XR8 for second spot in the championship if he has a disastrous round, Blue XR8. And assuming Hammer has an awesome round, I think those guys were separated by around 30 odd points. So the maximum amount of points you can gain tonight, I think, is 85. So there's a big bunch of points up for grabs tonight if you can clean sweep it. And as for Hammer, he looks likely to do so, considering his performance last week. Now Morningstar Mike, he's on the front straight away now. We're about to go to cross control line with him. This is his outlap done. So we're going to go on board with him in the cockpit now, as we contend turn 1, then turn 2. A very deep double apex braking zone here. He's missed his inside apex in the turn 1. A lot of extra oversteer. Would have lost him quite a bunch of time there. He's just going to put pedal to the metal through the mid-sector, try to gain as much time as possible. He's got a couple cars ahead to be able to gain knowledge off of them. So that corner there looked quite nice from Morningstar Mike on exit. He's having to deal with lap traffic here. He's having to contend down the inside lane there. Now we go into the first slow hairpin section here at Zhuhai as we enter the mid-sector. It's a very technical mid-sector here at Zhuhai. Very hard to keep it on the track in the slow braking zones here. For Morningstar Mike, he's putting up quite a fine effort in the early stages here. Turn 1 was a bit shoddy, but I reckon he can improve there. It's very hard to get onto the throttle here, otherwise you go out wide if you put a little bit too much throttle. I'm going to try getting to that firewall as late as possible, really. Just going to try search for the mid-corner traction as well. It's very crucial here at Zhuhai. It's very easy to completely rotate the rear end and lose a whole bunch of time and positions, considering whatever it is, a qualifying session or a race. There's a lot of bad doing that can happen if you completely rotate the rear end. The cross control line now for Morningstar Mike is good enough for P4 at 1:45.2 from him. yullbedead, our championship leader, goes provisional pole with a 1:43.2. He's got 1 over Eaglewind, who set the pace in practice a few minutes ago. So we'll go on board trackside view with him. You see how he cracks up another hot lap here at Zhuhai, and currently up out of the first sector. So he's looking quite fine to pip yullbedead for provisional pole here midway through qualifying for qualifying 1. This will set the grid for race 1, a 6-lap sprint race. We've got 3 races up tonight. If you're only just joining us, we'll have another qualifying session after race 1. That will set the grid for qualifying 2. Then race 3 will be a reverse grid of combined race 1, race 2 results. So that's going to be a race to watch there, and that'll be a 12-lap sprint race to the end. Now what's this going to be out of the mid-sector for Eaglewind? It's a bit over half a second up, 6.5 tenths of a second. Eaglewind, he's going to go straight to the top with this time. Is anyone going to have anything in response to that? Wait and see as he crosses the control line if he can actually gain a little bit of time out of the last sector here. He's been really quick in this series. He's missed around. And that's why we see him so far back in 8th spot in the championship. Across the line. He lost a lot of time in the last sector, but it's good enough for provisional pole there. 143 flat. We did see him get into the 142s in the practice session. Now for yullbedead, he's stuck in the mid-sector here. And I reckon he might be on an outlap. So someone awesome going P3 there with a 143.6 across control line. Ty Morgo sitting in P4 with 144.5, 144.7 from Stubby's. A very good qualifying performance so far. He's just going to have to back out that lap there as he lets a few of the guys go past. Exo currently sitting in P7 with a 144.8. He's coming out of the last corner now, so we're about to cross control line on board with Exo here. Is this going to be good enough for an improvement on the grid for race 1? It is not. Half a second slower than his fastest. His teammate is only 1 spot behind him. Morningstar Mike set up in the mid-sector now at the first slow hairpin on the circuit. We've got a car off wide there. One of the Big Brass Bulls racing cars of Blue XR8 or someone awesome. So they've decided to back out the lap there. And confirmation there is someone awesome returning the pit lane. So Morningstar Mike through the mid-sector now. Very high speed, high average circuit here. So we're about to get that sector split for Morningstar Mike out of the second sector. And it's looking good. 3 tenths of a second up on his quickest. And it's good enough to pip his teammate for now. But if he wants to move up into the top 5, he needs to gain an extra 2 tenths of a second out of this last sector. It's basically 2 corners this last sector, so not too much to contend with. So obviously, it doesn't look like there's too much time to be gained out of the last sector. The last corner is very crucial in being able to reach your top end speed at the end of main straight here. So here we go, Morningstar Mike. What's this going to be for him? Puts him up into P7, pipping his teammate back to P8. Morningstar Mike, a 144.8 is his quickest. Pole position so far. Eaglewind still holding on to the accolade so far. Our championship leader, yullbedead, with 2 minutes to go, is currently 2 tenths of a second off provisional pole. What has he got in response? He's slightly down on his quickest out of the mid-sector there. We'll stay on board with him for the last sectors to see if he can improve. Surely he's got enough pace through this last sector to gain 2 tenths of a second. All he has to do is gain 10 points tonight in this round and he'll be crowned a 3-time Go2Whoa champion. Surely he should be able to get that done in the first race of this round. Cross control line for him. He goes quicker but not quick enough to pip Eaglewind off a provisional pole. Hammer currently sitting P3. With qualifying time there at 143.2. And a very good round last week. And looking to continue his good runnings here at Zhuhai. We've got Blue XR8 second in the championship. Currently sitting P4. But we're currently on board with Hammer. We're going to go chase you here. Just to get a gist of if he's hitting his apexes or not. So I'm not sure if he's on an outlap here because we did not get a sector split. He's currently 2 tenths of a second off our provisional pole sitter in Eaglewind. So that's everything to play for between the top 4 here. The top 4 separated by less than 4 tenths of a second. It's going to be a very bitter fight between these top 4 guys in the closing stages here. We've got 30 seconds to play in qualifying 1. Who's going to come out with pole position? So far, a narrow lead in favour of Eagle. Championship leader is parked up in pit lane. He'll be not able to improve here. Hammer into turn 1. He'll be the realistic option to improve here, to move up into pole position. This is going to be his last attempt at it. He's got traffic up ahead. He's just going to have to send it down the inside. He's going to try for it. So he's about to get that sector split out of the first sector here at Zhuhai. So he's currently down by 6 tenths. So he's really hurt from that traffic ahead. And as for provisional pole, Eagle Wind, he's still out on track and able to improve. Currently a 143 flat. Someone awesome out of nowhere takes provisional pole off of Eagle Wind in the dying stages with a 142.9. What has Eagle Wind got in response to this? Now he's currently under the pump and he's currently down out the mid sector. So this is looking very catastrophic for Eagle Wind in the closing stages here of qualifying 1. yullbedead championship leader will start in P3 as it stands. Hammer will round out the second row there. We've got Blue XR8 still out on track. He's half a second down from Southern Awesome for pole position. And he's still out on track, looking to improve. But currently, we're going to see if Eagle Wind can improve here out the last sector across control line for him. It's not good enough to improve there. Blue XR8 through the mid sector now. I'm not sure why he's ghosted there. But we're going to stay on board, see what the sector split is for him. I'm sure he's on a hot lap here. We've still got a fair chunk of guys out on track. Black Wildcats, he's pretty much done and dusted there. EXO at the last corner now, so we've got a few guys about to cross control line here. And he's went out wide. That's going to be lap done and dusted for EXO. Kakadu will finish this qualifying session in P12. So as for Blue XR8, I'm pretty sure he's the last driver to improve here. But he sent it out wide out of the last corner. So this will be your official qualifying 1 results here. This is the grid for race 1 of round 6, the finale round. Someone Awesome will take pole position for race 1. Closely followed by Eagle Wind, our practice pace setter. Not good enough to get pole position here this time around. And our championship leader, yullbedead, will be starting out of 3rd spot there. Go further down, Hammer, Blue XR8 rounding out your top 5. Titan, Ty Morgo, Stubbies, Black Wildcats, Morningstar Mike is your top 10. And we've got EXO, Kakadu, Nachos, Psycho, Rojo, and that is your 15-car grid here for race 1 of round 6. This is Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series. I hope you enjoyed that very heated qualifying session there. The top 3 guys, they were separated by less than 4 tenths of a second. Shows you how close this round is going to be, no doubt. So we're just waiting to go on to the next session here, which will be the 6-lap sprint race for race 1. And then we'll have a quick turnaround to qualifying 2 as well. So here we go. Pole position in the last round. A very good qualifying performance there from Someone Awesome. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders to assist his team in winning the team championship. And currently his team is on top of that. Eagle Wind in P2 for Titan Snake Oil Racing. Those guys looking to gain those 2 spots required to come out as team champions. Our championship leader, yullbedead, will be starting out of 3rd position. All he needs to get is 10 points in this round total to come out as a 3-time Go2Whoa champion. And he should be able to do it this round. It's very hard to look past him. And then we got Hammer rounding out the 2nd row there. Very good performance last week at Road America. And he's looking to continue that good form there. Blue XR8 2nd in the championship. Also assisting Someone Awesome in their team's fight there. But he's still got his realistic or mathematical chance of coming atop in the driver's standings. And we got Titan starting out of 6th. Ty Morgo 7th. Stubbies 8th. Black Wildcats and Morningstar Mike sharing row 5. EXO Kakadu out of row 6. Nacho Psycho in row 7. Then we got Rojo rounding out the 15-car grid here for race 1 at Zhuhai International. So these guys got to ensure But they get off the line cleanly here. It's a very deep braking zone heading into turn 1. They're pretty much up to their top end speed. Someone awesome. Did he get a decent jump off the line? I don't think he did, because Eagle Wind goes up into the top spot before turn 1. Someone awesome just slots in behind him, and we got contact between the two teammates. Someone awesome and Blue X8 making contact at turn 1. That is catastrophic for their team's hopes. So Eagle Wind coming out of the top spot out of turn 1, closely followed by Hammer, Ty Morgo. Championship leader yullbedead has lost one, but he's lurking on the back bumper of Ty Morgo. He's caught a little bit of the inside curb there. Morningstar Mike behind him. Black Wildcats in 6th. Psychon 7th. Titan in 8th. Someone awesome after that contact with his teammate Blue X8 in 9th. Kakadu rounding out your top 10. Right behind him, his first round back here. Nachos. He's moved up a couple of positions in the early stage. He's looking to make a late dive there, but not able to get traction through the mid-corner. We got contact between Kakadu and Nachos. Was that Stubbies? No, it's Kakadu. Blue X08 after that contact with his teammate all the way down in 14th position. He's got a lot of work to do, and that means in the early stage, yullbedead will be crowned your driver's champion here for the Breaking Benz series hosted by Go2Whoa's. But we still got a heated battle for the team's championship. Top 3 teams separated by 13 points. And currently, Eagle Wind out of the 3rd place team for Titan Snake Oil Racing. Those guys currently sitting P3 in that fight. 13 points down from Big Brass Bulls Racing at the top. And currently, Eagle Wind with a big haul of points earlier on. We got Hammer in P2. Ty Morgo in P3. And he's holding off the championship leader, yullbedead, champion-elect pretty much. He's going to take a late dive heading into turn 1. He's just going to hold station there. So very wise move from our championship leader, Morningstar Mike, up into the top 5. So he's looking very good for a decent haul of points here. And he's hoping he can bring his team into the top 5 in the points as well. Black Wildcats, the teammate of Hammer and P2. So those guys are looking for a big result as well. They are fighting for top 4 in the team's championship. And so far, so good for them. Someone awesome. He's gaining back that lost ground at the start here. He was our pole sitter, and now he's all the way back in P7. So he really be kicking himself after that contact with his teammate. Titan right on the rear bumper, trying to make a late move there through the mid-corner. Now they go side by side through the mid-sector here at Zhuhai. We're on lap 2 of 6, and it's going to be very heated earlier on between these two. Titan coming out of Titan Snake Oil Racing. And that's going to be a very rewarding move there for him. So, very good move from Titan to move up on Someone Awesome. Someone Awesome driving for the team's championship leaders. And that's a very good sign for the Titan Snake Oil Racing in the early stage of this round. So we go back to the front. Eagle Wind currently holding the lead over Hammer by 1.1 seconds. Practice pace setter. He's moved up in the P1 after the first corner. And he's really blazing away there. He's starting to build that gap between himself and Hammer. yullbedead. Just a lap ago, he's made that move on Ty Morgo. Ty Morgo back in the P4 now. And soon enough, he's going to be under pressure from Morningstar Mike in P5. So you can see the top 5 guys there separated by 3.8 seconds on lap 3. So we're halfway through race 1 here for the finale round, round 6 of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz series. So Morningstar Mike trying to chase down Ty Morgo here throughout the mid stage. He's gained a lot of ground through the mid corner there. So he's looking quite racy here, Morningstar Mike here. Wait and see if that pace can transition into another overtake mate. Black Wildcats, he's tracking well on P6. He's got to make a lot more ground if he's challenged for P5. Someone Awesome, he's getting that spot back on Titan, so he's moved up into P7. Titan struggling out the corner exit there. We've got Stubbies in P9. He's got an overlap on himself and Stubbies here down the inside. He should be able to get that move done. X08 not able to make that move there, so he got caught out in the traction zone there. So Exo's right on his rear bumper, lurking in the background. That's Blue X8 going off the track, taking a tour onto the grass. So Exo, has he got the move on the outside? No, he's going to have to look for an overlap manoeuvre. Not able to make it through to mid-corner. Kakadu, he's been caught up in a little early contact by the looks of it. The front left, a little bit damaged there. Nachos for Backmarker Racing. Not good earlier on in race 1, so we're looking to recover in race 2 by the looks of it at this stage. You've got Psycho coming out of P14 and Rojo in P15 there. So currently Eagle Wind has a 1.1 second lead over Hammer, so he's really blazing away in P1. It's fair to say he's got a decent lead here, commanding lead in the early stage. But Hammer still not out of it yet. And then we got the championship leader in the background lurking as well in P3. He's a further 9/10 of a second off Hammer in P2. We'll go on board with him. We've got a disconnection from Kakadu now, unfortunately. You'll be dead. A lot of exit understeer there. Really hindered his exit. So he's lost a lot of ground there. So it's very hard to get onto the throttle for this section of the track here at Zhuhai. It's easy enough to rotate the car completely on corner exit. Got to try not to give the accelerator a bit too much jandle. So you'll be dead, gaining a lot of ground in the braking zone and throughout the mid-corner. But on corner exit, he seems to be struggling here. Last corner, a very difficult corner. Going to try keep as much top-end speed as possible. It's very high mid-corner, but it's very easy to go out wide there. Currently on the penultimate lap here at Zhuhai International. These drivers really keeping up with the social distancing measures as well. So we're racing out of China here. So we go back to trackside view. Unfortunately enough, You'll Be Dead not looking to make enough inroads to be able to challenge for the race lead here. Race leader Eagle Wind with a 1.3 second lead. So he's extended that lead out by 2/10 of a second on the previous lap. Time Morgo, he's lost a lot of ground in P4. We've got Black Wildcats in the background there struggling as well. He's currently under pressure by Southern Awesome, the pole sitter. This is going to be a battle to watch, I reckon. A little bit of a pinch of the rear brakes there from Black Wildcats. Very slow through the mid-corner. He's really hindered himself from being under attack here from Someone Awesome in P6. Someone Awesome not being aggressive enough on this lap, I reckon. Look for a late race move here to make the top 5 from Someone Awesome. And Black Wildcats gets a lot of extra oversteer. And he's going to have to give position to Someone Awesome down the inside now before the braking zone. So easy enough move made there from Someone Awesome. Titan still lurking in the background in P7. So he needs to gain as much points for his team in regards to their team's championship results. Currently coming out of P7, his teammate currently leading this one. So if he can get past Black Wildcats, they'll put themselves in a very competitive stance here, heading into race 2. And they should have chipped back into that deficit with their current results so far. We've got Blue XO8 coming out of P8, and he's one position behind Titan. But he's not likely to make that move either. He's likely enough, if he makes a mistake, he's got a train of cars in behind him to lose out to. But as for our race leader, he's extending that lead lap after lap, 0.6 of a second quicker last time around in comparison to Hammer in P2. So it's going to be a very commanding victory here from Eagle Wind for race 1 of round 6, the finale round for Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series. So we'll just quickly see the standing order so far. So Hammer in P2, You'll Be Dead, our championship leader, champion-elect, out of P3. He's got this sealed and sent out. Ty Morgo coming out of P4. Someone awesome up into the top 5 now after that move on Black Wildcats just a lap ago. And for Black Wildcats, a very good result for him though. I'm very happy with this effort. Blue XR8, after making contact with his teammate, is that the situation that has cost them the team championship? Wait and see. They just got to be able to bounce back here in race 2. We've still got 2 more races to come tonight. But they're going to be reasonably short. Another 6-lap race and a 12-lap race for race 3, which will be a reverse grid of race 1, race 2 results. So Stubby's coming out of P9. Morningstar Mike rounding out your top 10. He was running as high in the top 5 earlier on. So he's made a massive mistake through the mid-stage. His teammate right behind the rear bumper in P11. So Stubby's making a mistake out of the last corner. And with Styko in P12. And Nacho's P13. Rojo in P14. So your race winner, Eagle Wind, with a very commanding victory here at Zhuhai for race 1. He'll be really happy with his efforts in helping his team come out victorious. We got Hammer, another good performance from him coming out of P2. He's looking to seal out a top 2 spot in the Drivers' Championship as well. Because his closest rival, Blue XR8, came home in P8. So it's a very different amount of points there for those 2 guys. As for Titan, comes home in P7 there. So we're just waiting for everyone to cross control line now. You can see the 2 back marker teammates there. Nacho's just cracking up a burnout. So here are your unofficial results for race 1. Eagle Wing coming out victorious there, closely followed by Hammer in P2. And then our champion-elect, yullbedead, in P3. Got Ty Morgo, Someone Awesome rounding out your top 5. And we got Black Wildcats, Titan, Blue XR8, Morningstar Mike, and EXO is your top 10. We've got Psycho on P11, Nacho's P12, Rojo, and then Stubbies. So we're just waiting to go for qualifying 2 here. Will be another 10-minute qualifying session to set race 2 of round 6 here at Zhuhai. So don't go anywhere. Just crack open a cold one. This is going to be a very entertaining rested night here. Very close to the best lap times here. The top 2 separated by 3/100ths there, so it shows you how competitive it is at the top. Our championship leader actually got the best time of the race, 1:43.4 from him. Now what? No, he actually came out second best in the best lap times. So it's going to be a very quick turnaround for qualifying 2, then race 2. So we might see Kakadu drop back in as well. so we're a few moments off qualifying 2 here. See if we can get another pole sitter. So pole position last time out for someone awesome. Can he go 2 pole positions in a row? Very different fortunes heading into the race though, making contact with his teammate out of turn 1. It's going to be very costly for their team's titles hope. Just got to give a massive shout out to yullbedead, champion-elect, 3-time Go2Whoa champion. It's a very good accolade right there as well. So he's been very dominant in the previous 5 series here. Here we go, we're loading in for qualifying 2 once again at Zhuhai. So drivers are going to have to contend with that social distancing measures here in China. Alright, here we go. It's going to be a very busy pit lane here in the opening stages. Don't have much opportunity to get out on track with clear running. First out on track will be Rojo. We've got Psycho in behind him. Titan, one of our top team contending drivers, coming out on track earlier on. He's just going to have to set himself in a decent set of space there on track. We've got Eagle Wind, race winner last time out. We're looking to go 2 in a row here at Zhuhai. Unfortunately enough, he wasn't able to come out with pole position last time out, so they're looking to go one better in qualifying. So it'll be very good to see how he tracks that time back. He seems to be caught up in a little bit of traffic here, so he's just going to have to get himself out of it. He's really going to have to push it on this outlap. He's just going to get right past that car there. Just get every bit of side information up on screen as well. So once he's out of the last corner, we'll go chase view. See trainer cars in the background. One of the backmarker racing cars are in the mix as well. That might be our championship leader, yullbedead, champion-elect. Just have a quick suss, and it is. So he's got caught up in a little bit of traffic here. He might have to slow right down to get a bit of space up ahead. So we'll just go back on board with Eagle Wind here. Chase view, see if he can hit up his apexes in the braking zones and throughout the mid-corner. So it's going to be an all-attack lap from Eagle Wind here, looking to go one better. Deep braking zone, head in the turn 1, double apex corner, very technical. He digs it in very deep. It's going to be an awesome exit there. He's going to maximise his time. It's a very tricky corner to contend with up here. Second slowest corner on the circuit. It's a very tight left-hander. It's very hard to get on the power on the exit. So we're not going to get a sector split out of the first sector. We've got no comparison time to go with. Currently looking to be very quick in the early stage. It's been a faultless lap so far from Eagle Wind, so what's this going to produce for him? You see, he's taken it slightly easy on this first lap. Maybe just try and get a banker lap in and see what he has to contend with in the later stage. The track won't necessarily be gripped up to his liking at this stage. I think a little bit of a curb hop there. I don't think he's been penalised for it. So full XR8, 153.2. It's obviously an outlap there. Very slow through the mid-corner, out the last corner there for Eagle Wind out of turn 14. But what's going to be across the control line? It's going to be good enough for 143.6, but Titan goes provisional pole for 143.3, pipping Eagle Wind by 0.3 of a second there. We've got championship leader yullbedead coming across the line in P3 over 146 flat. And he's already parked it back up in pit lane. I'm not sure what the go is there. Rojo moving up in the P4. Now Ty Morgo getting into the mix with a 145.3. It looks like he's had a little bit of a helping hand at the front there, with a little bit of a draft benefit down the main straight. And that's someone awesome. Our previous pole sitter moving up into the top 3 as well. Half second down from Titan at the top. So it's going to be an all front row lockout for Titan Snowcall Racing so far. Someone awesome. Currently coming out of P3. Stubby's in P4. A very good qualifying performance so far. 144.3 is his quickest. And slightly up out of the first sector here at Zhuhai. So we go back to trackside view just to get the whole picture of it. As we enter the deep braking zone for the slowest corner on the circuit. Once again, very hard to get on the power throughout the entirety of the second sector. So currently relegated back to P5 here. So the top two teams in the teams championship, both in the first two rows. It's going to be Titan Snake All Racing lining out of row 1. And we got Big Brass Bulls Racing in row 2. Eagle Wind getting the better of his teammate, going up into provisional pole with a 142.9. So it looks like he is going to go that one better this time around. That's pretty much equal previous pole position in qualifying 1 of Southern Awesome. So I'm not sure if we're going to see any faster in this session. We're currently on board with Stubbies out of turn 14 now. The last corner on the circuit here at Zhuhai. He's went out wide and invalidated his lap time. So he's just going to have to return at the pit lane. Pretty much Ty Morgo completely bidding it at turn 1. Morningstar Mike coming out of P7. Out the last corner now. What's this going to be for him across control line? It's going to be in a few moments' time. His current quickest is a 145.7. He goes quicker, but not quick enough to move up in the standings. His teammate EXO in behind him in P9. Not able to improve there. Yullbedead, champion-elect, out of P10. So he's really in the wars in this stage of qualifying. He's put himself under the pump here. Blue XR8 set the new fastest lap of a 142. It's the quickest time we've seen all round. He's pipped the whole field by half a second. That's a freaking alien lap right there from Blue XR8. So what are these guys in the top 3 from Titan Snake Oil Racing got in response to that time? So Eaglewin coming out of pit lane now because he's noticed the situation that's been presented. I don't think he's going to have a realistic chance here. He's going to have to really work those tyres in very quickly if he's to get 2 laps in. So Titan coming out of P3, still not quick enough to improve there. Someone awesome. What's this going to be out the mid-sector for him? Got no sector split there compared to. So Hammer coming out of P5. His quickest is a 144.3. He's 1.8 seconds off pole position of Blue XR8. What's he got in response to that time out the last corner now for him? So he's going to gain 0.4 of a second if he's to put himself on the front 2 rows. We're about to get the indication if he's done that, and he hasn't. So he's 0.2 of a second off. Someone awesome in P4. Stubbies been relegated back to P7 now and completely losing the rear end out of the first corner. So we've got Titan parked up in pit lane now. We will see no further action from him. We've got Yullbedead, our championship leader. He's moved up into the top 3 here. He's completely binned it at turn 1 on his second go around. So he's not able to improve. So the realistic chance here from Eaglewin to move up into provisional pole. He's coming out of turn 14 in a few moments' time. It's a completely blind lap from our perspective because we haven't got any sector splits. So it's not going to be good enough. So that was still the outlap there. I think someone awesome. So pretty much stuck in the mid-sector here. So we got 50 seconds left in qualifying 2 to set the grid for race 2. He's slightly up on his fastest lap here by 0.4 of a second out the mid-sector. Provisionally not quick enough to start in the front 2 rows. If he can gain an extra 0.2 of a second, he'll be right in the mix here. So second and third, Eaglewin and Yullbedead separated by 0.04 of a second. There is nothing closer this round. So half a second quicker for Southern Awesome, but not good enough to improve. He's still got one more attempt at improving there. Exorcist out of the control line now. Not good enough there. Ty Morgo will be stuck in P9 with Morningstar Mike in P10. Kakadu currently in the mid-sector, but he's completely rotated. Has he? No, he's held on to it. Very good car control from him. Going to quickly see who's still out on track. We've still got Psycho out the mid-sector now. He's currently down by 1/10 of a second. Nacho's the back marker racing out the last corner now. He's got a huge weight on his shoulders to assist his team in the team's championship. Not good enough to improve there for Nachos. Have last corner now for Psycho. What's this going to be for him? So no improvement there either. Still got Ty Morgo and Someone Awesome out on track. It's going to be good enough for P2 there. So it's going to be a front row lockout. It's going to be a front row lockout for Big Brass Bulls Racing, the team's championship leaders. Closely followed by Eagle Wind in P3, half a second down. So Someone Awesome able to get the better of Eagle Wind by 3/100ths of a second out of the final stage there. Yullbedead picked back to P4, our champion-elect. And we've got Titan rounding out your top 5. So it's going to be a very heated battle. Top 3 teams are in the top 5. So it's going to be all to play for in race 2. We've got Hammer in P6, Stubbies P7, Black Wildcats in P8, Ty Morgo P9, and EXO is your top 10. We'll go further down. Morningstar Mike, Kakadu, Psycho, Rojo, and then Nachos out of P15. So just awaiting to go to the next session here. So this will enter race 2 of the free race round. And race 3 will be 12-lap race with a reverse grid of combined race 1, race 2 results. So we're going to see a completely different pole position sitter in race 3. So Blue X-Ray, wonderful qualifying performance from him, looking to seal the deal for P2 in the driver's standings. He's got big weight on his shoulders if he's to assist his team in being able to come out as team champion as well. He's looking to maximise their points haul in their race, as well as his teammate Someone Awesome coming out of the second spot on the grid on row 1. But last race, these two guys made contact. They'll be looking to not make the same mistake this time around. We've got Eagle Wind for Titan Snake Oil Racing, the first of those cars in P3. Backmarker Racing of Yullbedead will be starting out of P4. Then the teammate car of Eagle Wind in P5 there for Titan. Very good qualifying performance once again from him, very consistent. And we've got Hammer with his wonderful form throughout the last 2 rounds. He'll start out at P6. We've got Stubby starting out at P7 alongside him. Black Wildcats rounding out your 4th row. We go to our 5th row, Ty Morgo and EXO. That is your top 10. We've got Morningstar Mike, Kakadu on row 6, Psycho Rojo on row 7, and Nachos on row 8 there, all alone in P15. So we're just waiting a green light action here at Zhuhai International. This is race 2 of round 6, the finale round of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series. So we're just sinking into the live scenes now. And here we go. We're about to go green here. Will the 2 teammates make contact the second time around? Surely not. We got massive contact in the background. I think Kakadu, he's already out of it with severe amounts of damage on the front end. And more contact to follow heading into turn 1 as well. So it's completely screwed up here in race 2. So Blue XR8 will come out as your race leader out of turn 1. Closely followed by Eagle Wind starting out of P3 up into P2. Someone Awesome has lost out, moving back in the P3. And we got Hammer, he's up a couple positions earlier on in P4. Yullbedead, champion-elect, rounding out your top 5. Stubbies in P6. Ty Morgo P7. And that seems Nachos is struggling in the background there for Backmarker Racing. We've got the Desperado pack unfolding here. A little bit of a rear nudge from Titan on Ty Morgo. And we've got a car rotated in the background there. And more carnage to follow. Just trying to spot up what's happened there. Rojo completely out of it. Out of the slowest corner on the circuit. He's just going to have to let these trainer cars pass next in line for Rojo. Nacho's right behind him and he's going to send it down the inside with relative ease. Morningstar Mike is next up as they go side by side through the mid-corner. Looks as though Rojo's going to hold on. He's got traction on exit here. We've got more carnage in the background for Psycho. So he's rotated out the mid-sector there. And he's completely out of it. Race done and dusted for him. Blue XR8 has a 7-10th lead over our previous race winner in Eaglewind. So it's all to play for between these two top drivers. Racing for the two top teams in the team championship. We got Hammer and P3. Someone awesome coming out of P4. And then our champion-elect, three-time champion, yullbedead, right on the rear bumper of someone awesome. He's lurking for another podium finish here at Zhuhai. How far is he able to go? We'll go on board with him. So we're just going to get the close-up view here over the roof cam. You see he's lurking in the background, applying as much pressure as he can on lap 2. And this is a very good opportunity up here for the slowest corner on the circuit. He's going to take a dive down the inside. Not able to get it through the mid-corner though. Still got Hammer up ahead in P3, so these guys pretty much line astern of one another. So this is the battle for P3 at this stage, and it looks like someone awesome's trying to make a move into P3. There's 4 otherwise not going to be able to make the move. So it would have been a massive dive bomb, no doubt. Very hard to get on the throttle there, as you see someone awesome with a lot of extra oversteer. yullbedead's going to try and make another look here. Very deep under brakes, having to take a little bit of a pinch on the rear brakes there. Just get it to a stop. Now he's really in an attacking mode here. Is he going to get it out of the last corner? We'll wait and see. It's not your usual corner to overtake up, but he's going to take a look at it. Someone awesome not making his life easy. No doubt about that. See if he can make a massive dive head into turn 1. So Hammer, he's keeping a clean head here. He's remaining in P3. The battle for P1 between Blue XR8 and Eaglewind. That gap is 3.5 tenths of a second. In hand of Blue XR8 at the front. There's a massive curb hop from him. I'm not sure if he's going to get a slowdown penalty for that, but we'll wait and see. Currently on lap 3 of lap 6. You see Eaglewind lurking in the background there, looking to make a move down the inside. But he's not going to be up far enough. He's going to utilise as much of the inside curb as possible to get the car rotated around. So is he going to take another look through the mid-sector here? No, he's not. So he's just going to have to hold station for a little while. We've got Hammer still holding on the P3. yullbedead has made that move up into P4. This is someone awesome relegated back to P5. The best of the rest in Ty Morgo sitting in P6. Behind him, Titan coming out of P5 on the grid. He's been relegated back a couple of positions as well. So he's really looking to make the move here. It looks as though he's slightly quicker than Ty Morgo throughout this stage of the race. Ty Morgo keeping his car as wide as possible there. So we go back to the front. Still a tightly contested battle between Eaglewind. He's up in the P1 now. So our race 1 winner up in the P1 on lap 4. This is a massive story. So Blue XR8, this is catastrophic for his team's respective team championship here. He's got to try and make the move back. He's got a little look on the inside. He got a lot of ground made through the mid-corner. See if he can take that massive dive, heading into the slowest corner on the circuit. He's trying to get better traction out of the corner there. Now he should be in an attacking range here. Is he going to make a late dive? No, he's just going to hold station here. So the longer Eagle Wind stays ahead, the easier it's going to be for him to come out victorious once again. So Blue XR8, he's lost a little bit of time through the mid-sector there. yullbedead, championship leader. He's moved up another position. So Hammer's lost a couple. Someone Awesome's moved up back in the P4. So Titan's also moved up in the P6. Time more go back in the P7 now. Got EXO in P8. Closely followed by Black Wildcats and Stubbies. That's your top 10. Those guys pretty much in a train of cars there as well. It's going to be the battle for P8 starting to heat up in the last couple of laps here at Zhuhai. Got Morningstar Mike coming out of 11th spot there. We've got Kakadu in P12. And we've got Psycho in the background lurking as well in P13. Rojo and Nachos for Backmarker Racing in P15 there. So go back to the front. Eagle Wind with a 2.5 second lead. yullbedead, he's moved up in the P2. Blue XR8, a massive mistake through the first corner. He's went way too deep on the brakes and he's had to take a tour onto the grass. So his teammate, Someone Awesome, has moved up in the P3 due to that error. So very mixed fortunes here for the two teammates. So champion-elect, is he able to gain that ground on Eagle Wind? That's 3.3 seconds. But with one lap to go, not looking likely. So it looks as though Eagle Wind, he'll come out victorious here once again. He's going to try go for a clean sweep round here. Someone Awesome coming out of P3. Right on his rear bumper is the car of Hammer. For Hammer and Tongs Racing. So we'll go further back to see if we've got any more battles starting to heat up here. So we've got the battle between Kakadu and Psycho. Kakadu carrying a lot of damage on the front end. More so the battle we're going to be watching with a close eye here. Someone Awesome trying to hold off Hammer. Quickly go on board with Hammer. See if he can gain the ground through the mid-corner here, and he's went really deep under brakes. He's hindered his mid-corner performance there. Here the guys scroll up the gears here as we enter the slowest corner on the circuit. Hammer's lost a lot of ground through the mid-sector there. So he's just going to have to hold for P4. Blue XR8 with a massive mistake a couple of laps ago. Now he's under pressure from Titan in P6. It's going to be a massive dive, but a lot of extra oversteer for Titan. We'll see that charge come to an end. Ty Morgo sitting lonely back there in P7. We've got EXO coming out of P8, Black Wildcats in P9. We've got an overlap between himself and Stubbies. So we've got one more corner to contend with here between these two. This will determine the outcome for position 9. Is he able to get it through the mid corner? He's going to be able to get in the draft here. He's going to get across the line here. Side by side. Nah. Not able to get it. Morningstar Mike will finish in P11. We've got Psycho on P12. Kakadu will come out of P13. Rojo in P14. And Nacho's struggling all the way back in P15 here. But that will be your unofficial results there for race 2 of round 6, the finale round of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz series. We're about to head into the final race in about 7 minutes time. So just waiting for everyone to cross control line now. And we'll get those unofficial results up on screen. So expanding to 2 divisions next season. So it's definitely going to be a relegation and promotion system in play there as well. So Eagle Wind, another race win, 2 in a row for him. Champion-elect yullbedead coming out in P2. Someone awesome. We'll round out your podium finishes there. Hammer, and then Blue XR8 is your top 5. Titan Time, Morgo, Exo, Black Wildcats, and Stubbies will round out the top 10. We'll go further down to Morningstar Mike, Psycho, Rojo, Kakadu, and Nachos. And we'll see who's actually got fastest lap of the race here. So no doubt that's going to go to Eagle Wind, your race winner, with a 1:42.8. It's the fastest race lap we've seen throughout the entirety of this round. So we'll just get to the waiting screen as we await for the guys to get everything set up for the reverse grid race 3. It's combined race 1, race 2 results, so don't go anywhere. We've still got plenty of action coming up in another 5 minutes time. Oh, welcome back. Just about to enter race 3 here. Just finalising the reverse grid results here. Just in. Big Brass Bulls Racing and Tight Snug all racing are both equal on points heading into the final race of the season here. So it's going to be all out between those two top teams. And we've got Backmarker racing a further 16 points down. They're still in mathematical contention, but they're going to have their two drivers in the top two at the end of the race. So some massive scenes in this last race. Everything to play for between those three top teams. And then the battle for P5, P4, pretty much done and dusted. Hammer and Tongs will come out P4 there. Got a very heated battle between Angry Mongos and Back in Black Racing. So here we go. We're about to enter the final race here at Zhuhai International. So it's going to be realistically an 11-lap race, considering you take into account that formation lap to set the grid. So it'll be a rolling start here for race 3. But just another added 5 laps to go. So the two top teams, Tight Snag Hall Racing, and then we've got Big Brass Bulls Racing. Those guys are going to be looking to get their maximum results tonight. And considering those top two teams, their drivers will be starting at the back of the grid, it just adds to the reverse grid atmosphere as well. See, it's going to be under lights as well. Everyone's lights pretty much turned on. So I'm just not aware of the grid so far. We'll just wait and see how it unfolds as it gets formed on this outlap here. So all I know is Eagle will be starting out a P15 considering he's clean swept around so far. In terms of race wins, it's not taken into consideration pole position. So everyone's just loading in their car setups now. Shouldn't be too much of a difference in car setups. It's only an added 5 laps. So I'm pretty sure the tyre wear should be bearable. Unless you're the guys at the back, someone awesome. Yullbedead, Titan, Eagle Windows guys, Blue XR8. They'll probably have dead tyres at the end of this one, considering they've got a lot of work to do. So just disregard this standing start here as we go on to our formation lap to set the reverse grid combined race 1, race 2 results. It's a pity that project cars don't actually give us that feature to set the grid. So we just have to think outside the box here. So it'll be Kakadu who will take our pole position for race 3 here at Zhuhai International. You can see we are under lights for race 3 of round 6, the finale round of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series. Then we've got Nachos coming out of P2 for backmarker racing. So if he can hold on to that position, he should be able to assist his teammate, yullbedead, enough to be able to come out on top of the team's championship. But that's assuming yullbedead makes the necessary ground up at the top. We've got Stubbies coming out of P4, Rojo on P3, Psycho on P5. We've got Morningstar Mike in P6, Exo on P7, Black Wildcats in P8, Titan in P9, Ty Morgo in P10 there. And we got the first of the big brass balls racing cars, Blue XR8. The first of the Titan Snake oil cars is the car of Titan in P9 there. We've got Hammer in P12, Someone Awesome in P13. We've got yullbedead for backmarker racing in P14, our champion-elect, 3-time champion for Go2Whoa's Wednesday night series. And we've got Eagle Wind clean sweeping the race wins so far for Titan Snake Oil Racing. He'll be looking to make that move earlier on our champion-elect here. So it's going to be all the play for between these top drivers at the back of the grid here. So we're just waiting for Kaka to drift away from the pack here. So we might actually get on board with Nachos as he tries to chase down a race leader, Kakadu, once we go green here at Zhuhai. So these guys just idling at 100 kilometers an hour in second gear. It's going to be a very cold track as well, considering there is no sun over the track. So the guys are going to have to generate their own heat on the road surface. So here we go green here for race 3 of round 6 of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A series, and that's a good launch off the line from Kakadu. But Nacho's still lurking in the background here as we go on board with him. He's going to try and take a move heading into turn 1, deep under brakes, and he goes out wide. So Kakadu with a massive advantage out of turn 1, Rojo on P3. We've got Stubbies in P4 right on the rear bumper there. And we've got Psycho rounding out your top 5. So these top guys looking to maintain position here. We've got Titan Blue XR8. These guys fighting for the team's championship here. We've got Ty Morgo fighting for pride here as well. We've got Someone Awesome right on the rear bumper of him. Igwind up in the P13 now, so he's been our biggest mover from the top 6 guys here at Zhuhai. So P15 to P13 on lap 1. He may be able to make a few more positions yet as he tries to get an overlap on Someone Awesome here. So Igwind up in the P11 with relative ease. So that's massive ground made for Titan Snake Oil Racing. Titan moving up in the P8, but he's been lost out the P8 now. He's been relegated back to P9. Blue XR8 up in the P8 now. We've got Kakadu leading this one. Quite a decent lead of 3 seconds. We've got Rojo and Morningstar Mike battling it out for P2. Morningstar Mike getting the better of Rojo on that occasion. We've got Psycho. He's up in the P4 now. Stubby's back in the P5, but he's trying to get an overlap as we enter turn 14 here, the last turn here at Zhuhai. He's not going to be able to stick it down there. We've got Black Wildcats coming out of P6. Exo on P7. We've got a car off wide down there. That is the car of Psycho. He's losing a whole heap of positions. We've got massive carnage between the top 2 team contenders. So Titan and Blue XR8, it's going to be a battle of attrition here. Blue XR8 sending it down the inside, heading into turn 1. He's got massive damage on the rear left there. Titan holding on the P8. So in terms of the team championship result, we got Someone Awesome all the way up in the P4 now. So he's came out of nowhere. yullbedead up in the P3. Where is Nachos? He's lost a whole heap of ground back in P14. And that's for Eaglewind. He was caught up in that carnage. So massive scenes here in the early stage of race 3. So there's going to be a desperation move here from Eaglewind to assist his team in winning the team's championship. And he's forced Blue XRA out wide there. Who was that though? That was Morningstar Mike. We got EXO in P11, Stubbies in P10. Blue XRA in P9. He's trying to chase down Rojo in P8, right on the rear bumper now. He's trying to get an overlap down the inside. And he's got the move done with ease there. You see he's carrying a wounded car around Zhuhai. It's going to be very difficult with aerodynamic stability with the rear end. Titan getting out of it relatively unscathed. Now for someone awesome, he's currently leading out of the top 6 drivers here. He should be able to make a move up in the P3, and we've got a car off in the background there. I'm not sure who that is. That's one of the back in black racing cars. No, that's Stubbies there. We've got Nachos coming past there up in the P13. So Eaglewind, he should be able to make a move on EXO soon. That's going to be very crucial in making this move very early in this race. As for the team championship so far, you would think it's going to go to Big Brass Bulls Racing so far, with someone awesome currently sitting in P4. Then you got Titan in P6 for Titan Snake Oil Racing. Then you got Blue XR8 for Big Brass Bulls Racing in P8. Then the next of the Titan Snake Oil cars, we've got Eaglewind in P11 there. So he's trying to spot where Eaglewind is, so he's moved up into the top 10 now. He's 0.4 of a second off Rojo on P9. He's going to try and make the move on the outside here as we exit the mid-sector. He's going to get it done before the braking zone. He's going to get the side draft and he's going to launch right up into P9. So next in line for him, Blue XR8. As for Titan, he's got someone awesome to contend with in P5. And they're caught up in a bunch of traffic ahead of them. Someone awesome making contact with the car ahead. Now we got Titan Snake Oil trying to... Titan in P8. He's lost a lot of ground. That's going to be Blue XR8 going down the inside of someone awesome. And that move is done between the two teammates, not making contact this time around, which is good to see. We've got Titan and Eaglewind, the Titan Snake Oil cars right behind them. As for Eaglewind, he's got a lot of ground to make up in the last half of this one. So we're going to go on board with him to see how he's tracking. So you can see Titan up ahead getting the better of Someone Awesome. So those two have switched positions there. Titan up in the P7, Someone Awesome down into P8. Titan moving up another position in the P6. And he's also got Blue X past Blue XR8. You've got massive carnage through the mid corner there. Two Titan Snake Oil cars right in the rear bumper of Someone Awesome. This is the battle for the team's championship unfolding before you. So Someone Awesome still got a decent gap between himself and Titan. That gap is 1.3 seconds. Go down the front straightaway now. So Eaglewind, he's going to be looking to get the better of his Titan Snake Oil teammate in Titan. He's got that move made before turn 1. We still can't discount Yullbedead and Backmarker Racing from this yet, because our champion-elect is currently sitting in P2. That's going to come with a big haul of points as well. We've got Titan Snake all right, Ty Morgo in P3 there, holding off Hammer in P4. Oh, Ty Morgo is trying to chase down Yullbedead, champion-elect in P2. Kakadu barely holding on to the lead here, and that's going to be our champion-elect sending it down the inside, heading into turn 1 on lap 7. Wonderful move made. And that's very crucial for Backmarker Racing and their team's championship hopes. Now as for Titan Snake Hall Racing, someone awesome taking a massive dive down the inside, and he's got it done out of nowhere. He's come up behind him like a Liberian there. But both the Titan Snake Hall cars right on the rear bumper. Titan losing the rear end there. A lot of extra oversteer. We'll have a look at how it's unfolding from the back here. Surely he's not going to make a move on his own teammate. They make contact. It's going to be a complete disaster for these two. We go one position up with Eagle Wind. Be able to make a dive here. It's just going to have to pinch the rear brakes to get high mid-corner speed. Sort of feel very uncomfortable at this stage. Where's Blue XR8? He's all the way back in P8 here. Decent gap in front of him. So Eagle Wind really trying to apply as much pressure as we've got. Carnage through the mid-corner there. Massive contact with someone awesome. And Hammer out of turn 1. We got cars spearing off everywhere here at Zhuhai. We're just trying to comply with the social distancing measures, considering we're racing out of China here. Now it looks as though Titan Snake Hall Racing with the advantage here at Zhuhai on lap 8. Yullbedead, our champion-elect, with a 4.6 second lead. So he's really tracking well up in P1. He's going to close out with a race of victory here by the looks of it. Very commanding lead he has got. Ty Morgo. He's got a lot of pressure from Hammer, so that wasn't Hammer before. Pretty sure that was Black Wildcats, the sister car of Hammer and Tongs. So it doesn't look as though he's got a lot of damage there. So sort of dodged the bullet. But as for our team championship leaders, Eagle Wind and Titan Snake Hall Racing, they've got the pressure from their closest team rivals behind the Blue XR8 Summon Awesome. out of Big Brass Balls Racing. And we've got an unusual pit stop here being made by Southern Awesome. So that's going to be very disastrous here for these guys. So pretty much the whole field making a pit stop here. I'm not sure what the go is here because there's no mandatory pit stop requirement. You can see how busy it is through pit lane there. Blue XR8 provisionally with the lead of this one. Got our championship leader in pit lane as well. So there must be a mandatory pit stop having to be required in this one. So we've got less than 4 laps to play here at Zhuhai for the final race of the final round for Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz Group A Series. We've got Rojo trying to send it down the inside. He's currently sitting P6 on track. But he didn't come in for a pit stop, so he'll be put a fair way down in the mix in the later stage. So I'm just trying to see who's actually in front. We've still got Blue XR8. He's got a massive amount of damage on the right-hand side of his car. That chassis is not going to have another go around, that's for sure. It's completely bent. So he's also drifted off in the pit lane there. Blue XR8, current provisional leader here as it's about the rain, so that is why we're seeing a few of the drivers come in the pit lane for a set of wet tyres. So as for Hammer, he's the first to respond to that. He still looks a little bit unsettled through the mid-corner out of turn 14 there. He's going to get past Blue XR8. He's got a lap car behind him. So Blue XR8 is going to lose a whole heap of positions here now. He's our champion-elect, 3-time Go2Whoa Wednesday night champion. yullbedead coming across the line, moving up into P2. Ty Morgo will move up into the top 3 here. We've got Eaglewind in P5. Is he able to get past his closest rival, Blue XR8? Wait and see as he crosses the control line. He does. Now, where is Titan? He's just right behind someone awesome there in P6. So you can see Blue XR8 rejoining the track there. So he's on a set of wet tyres as well. So it's going to be a bit of fight to the end between these two top teams. So you can try to see Titan looking really impatient there. I'm going to get the roof view up. See the catastrophic scenes here unfold. So we've got Rojo, Black Wildcats and Kakadu in pit lane. So they're in for a set of wet tyres. Massive dive from Titan in the late braking zone. He lost a lot of ground through the mid-corner on the slowest corner on the track. But as it stands, all that Titan has to do is overtake the car ahead of him in Blue XR8. And his team, Titan Snake Oil Racing, will come out as team champions. And that's Eaglewind. He's completely out of it. Massive rear lock on the brake there from Titan. He barely holds onto it. He's giving a rear nudge to Blue XR8 up in P4. And it looks as though Big Brass Balls Racing, they're going to come out the team's championship now. As we're about to enter the penultimate lap here at Zhuhai. The penultimate lap of the series. yullbedead, champion-elect, 3-time champion, will come out with a commanding victory. And where's his teammate in Nacho's, currently in P10. So we might have a very tight team championship battle here. I can't call it as it stands, because I'm going to have to take a complete guess at it. At this stage, it looks as though Big Brass Bulls Racing will come out victorious. Is Blue X-Ray going to try to send it down the inside on his teammate? It's going to be a very risky manoeuvre. We can see someone awesome just playing the rear gunner role there. Just trying to get the speed through the mid-corner, trying to get on the accelerator fairly earlier on. Someone awesome was blocked out to his teammate. So we go back to trackside view, and I think that's Eagle Wind on the outside. No, that's Titan. So he moves up in the P4. Now for Titan, his next car. Someone awesome out of it now as well. Very difficult conditions to contend with. And our top drivers finding the wall quite a lot in the later stage here. Ricocheted off the wall like a pinball there, someone awesome. You'll be dead. He's on his final lap now. You've got Ty Morgo in P2. Oh, God. So Blue XR8, is he able to hold on the P3 here? It's a tightly contested battle between him and Titan. Titan trying to take a late braking manoeuvre. Through the mid-corner he goes. He's got decent traction on exit there. Now he should be in attacking distance now. You can see these cars slide all over the place. It's going to be like driving on ice, no doubt. So, yeah, I've got to give a shout out to Sully and Strawber. Great to have you along, lads. Friggin' supporting someone awesome in this one, but he's been caught up in a lot of carnage in the later stage of this one. All the way back in P6 now. So it's going to be very close to call in regards to the team championship result. As our reigning champ, provisional reigning champ now heading into the next series. Comes out victorious in the final race here. We've got Ty Morgo coming out in P2. Titan will round out your top three. But he's got a lot of pressure from behind. And he's rotated it out the last corner. Is that the move required for Blue XR8 and his team to come out of the top step? Eagle Wing getting caught up in the after race carnage there. Someone awesome with a lot of damage. There you go, Strawberry and Sully. Your favourite driver. And he's pretty much got a blown engine as well. Limping it across the line here. All the way here in China. See a car lagging out there. That's our champion. So just waiting for the rest of the guys to cross the control line now. So we've still got a heated battle between Rojo and Nachos. It's the battle for P9. A late dive there from Nachos. But he's been blocked out through the mid-corner there. A little bit of a nudge. Really playing hard to get there, Rojo. Now, who had to tell friggin' Sully and Straubs about this? Alright, Rojo and Nachos coming across control line now. Might completely bin it at turn one there. Massive carnage. See the car get up 10 metres in the air. There your unofficial results coming up on screen in a few seconds. It'll be champion-elect yullbedead coming out victorious with a commanding 13-second lead over Ty Morgan P2. Blue XR8 coming home in P3. And Titan Eagle Wind rounding out your top 5. Someone Awesome, EXO, Morningstar Mike, Rojo, and Nachos is your top 10. Go further down, we've got Black Wildcats, Kakadu, Psycho, Stubbies, and then Hammer. He's really caught the wars tonight here with a retirement in the last round. So that has been the finale round, round 6 of Go2Whoa's Breaking Benz series. So I hope you enjoyed that installment. Good to have you alongside me, Strawber and Sully. Unfortunately, your favourite driver didn't come out victorious in Southern Awesome.